tonight we are honored to have Nathan. He is a great supporter of this group. The library has been great for this group since we've been in here. And one time we were in there in the other room because the board had a meeting in here or something, and Nathan was over there, and we got talking, and something come up, and Nathan said, "Well, we got those forms right here in the library," and it was something about lawyer or something, I don't know, power of attorney or something. I'm saying, "What do you mean you got them?" "Yeah, we got them right here. We got all kinds of stuff. We have more information than you even know we have." And I said, "Well, that sounds like a cancer group talk." So tonight we're honored to have Nathan here, and he's going to give us some points on how the library can help you survive. So Nathan, it's all yours, my friend.
Awesome, thank you. I can't help but feel a little bit like Dr. White's drug talk was more well received than my book talk. Apparently drugs are more interesting than books. But libraries are about so much more than just books. So that's what we're going to talk about today. And we're going to talk about how we can help you on your cancer journey. I'm going to talk with you about how we can help with quality of life, educating yourself and staying informed, the personalized assistance that we can offer, and how we can help you stay connected to your community. Quality of life. It's often a struggle to maintain quality of life when you're going through something really difficult. Whether it be cancer or extreme financial troubles or profound death of someone that you were very close to. As you're going through that, it can be really difficult to maintain that quality of life. And we deal with people that are experiencing all sorts of traumas here at the library. You may not be aware, but we have extensive trainings that we go through that help us to help people process and deal with those traumas. So where you think librarians are all about books and stuff, we are often on the front lines of a lot of mental health issues. Some of the most profound things that can improve quality of life are human expressions of creativity. The library is full of those manifestations of creativity. The one everybody thinks about when they think about libraries is books, right? We're full of books. And we are full of books. But when I'm out meeting with friends at dinner or something, they're always like, "Man, aren't libraries dying? No one reads books anymore." I don't want to put Jim on the spot and ask him how many of his books he sold, but for those of you who think books are a thing of the past, I'm going to throw out this statistic. In 2012, 591 million physical books were sold in the United States. In 2022, that number has risen to 788 million. Books are not dying. Books are stronger than ever. At the library here last year, we circulated 767,000 books. Now, if the average paperback book costs $17, that's over a $13 million value to the community. $13 million. That's almost 4 times of a return on the investment that the community puts in a library. I don't know any other government agency where you're going to get a 4 times return. So libraries are huge, and we can help you engage with things like the books you need. For example, if you wanted Jim's book, we have Jim's book. If you wanted Shelley's book, we have Shelley's book. If you don't want to store these at your house, put your $10 donation in the bucket and come and check it out from the library. Okay? If you read Shelley's book and you were like, "Oh gosh, my cousin in Harrison needs to read this book," we'll send this book down to Harrison. that's what we're about, is getting people access to the materials that they need. But I've never had cancer. I've never had to devote an immense amount of my brain power and thought and attention to dealing with cancer. But I almost didn't make it out of junior high. So although I haven't had cancer, I have had medical issues of my own in the past. And I can attest that the bandwidth needed to read a book may not be there if you're going through something like that. So we have audiobooks. If you can't sit down and read a regular book, you may read an audiobook just fine. And we got 3 different ways that you can do that. We have the traditional books on CD. We have these things that are called Playways. This is just a little MP3 player. It's this big. You can throw this in your pocket while you're sitting there getting your chemo treatment. It's really simple. You press the play button. When you want to stop, you press the stop button. If you want to skip ahead, it works just like a VCR, guys. It's really simple. Plug your headphones into it and you just go. The other option that we have, that I'll get to in a little bit as well, is we have electronic audiobooks. We have over 5,000 electronic audiobooks available through the library that you can access right on your phone or your computer. So we'll get to those in a minute. The other thing, maybe you're like, I can't do anything for more than an hour. We've got movies, television series, video games, if that's your thing. We have all sorts of those available here at the library. And if we don't have it, we can find it. So that's something to keep in mind as well. Last month alone, here at Post Falls, we checked out over 3,200 movies. It's a lot of movies. So Blockbuster went away, but libraries are still here. This is our library website. So we have all these great physical materials here at the library that you can engage with, but how do you do it? Well, let's go to the website here. All right. Right up here at the top of our website is this login or search catalog. If you go right up here to the login or search screen, and then over here to the login to your account screen, you type in your library card number, and you enter your last name in all capital letters unless you've changed your password, and log in. Once you're in there, you can then search for the book that you want. So let's look for To See Another Sunrise, Jim's book. All right, here we go. And there it is, To See Another Sunrise. So we can click on that title, and then we can go right over here to place hold. And then we can select a library that we'd like to pick it up from. Let's choose Hayden. And we confirm the hold. That's all you have to do. We'll then contact you and let you know when it's available. Libby is the app that we use at the library to get you ebooks and e-audiobooks. So when I'm talking about those 5,000 audiobooks that we have available, that's what we use. And Libby is something you download right onto your phone. I didn't bring my phone with me. But it's just a little app. And you search up your library, and then you search for a title. What's really popular right now? Spare. Okay, Spare is the Prince Harry book. There it is. Okay, so it's available. You can borrow that book. There's an audio version as well. If we page down a little bit here, this is an audio version. There's how many? 5,655 audiobooks and over 16,000 regular books available on here that you can use. So if you're sitting in the doctor's office and you want something to read on your tablet, we've got you covered. But sometimes you're just not in the mood for a book. Sometimes you're in the mood for some music. Anybody here do streaming music like Spotify, anything like that? The library has its own version of that you can do free of charge. It's called Freegal. On Freegal, come on. What was the name of that magazine, The Cure? That's a band too. Okay, so yeah. So you can come on here and you can search up your favorite artists, whether they're old artists, new artists, whatever, and you can stream unlimited through the library. The other thing that this gives you is you can download to your personal collection up to 5 songs per day. So they're yours to keep. They're downloaded. You can make your own mixtape again. That's something that most streaming services don't offer. And that's really popular for people in our rural areas like Pinehurst that may not have good internet access. They can come into the library, download the songs that they want for the week, and head back up to the hills. All right. Flipster is our magazine service, so digital magazines. I'm not in it for a full book. The magazines at the doctor's office suck. I want something that pertains to my interests more. Flipster is where it's at. And as you can see on here, we've got things for all ages. We've got, little kids magazines. You want to download a kids magazine onto your iPad and hand it off to your kid, you can do that. You want consumer reports, we've got that. We've got the New Yorker, we've got, specialty consumer reports. There's their health issue, Reader's Digest, Wired. There's hundreds of magazines on there. The cool thing about this is you can also download these magazines. So if you're taking a flight and you're like, I need 8 magazines to get through this flight, you can download them all and use them offline. All right. So that's what we've got for like physical and digital materials that you can engage with, but we need other things too. Oh, come on. There we go. We need to educate ourselves, right? Somebody just told you you had cancer and handed you something that looks like this. I'm sure you guys have gotten something like this, right? Doctor hands you this printout of 35 pages and look at all these bibliographies and you're like, what am I going to do with this? Well, that's where we can help you. Because we have all sorts of databases here at the library. Jim talks about don't go down the Dr. Google rabbit hole, right? Dr. Google. No Dr. Google. Well, that's important because Google does all of these rankings on that search page that you get. And they factor in a lot of different things, like who paid them advertising, who's using their Google Analytics platform to track who's visiting the website, how popular the website is, but at the very bottom of their list is if it's actually good information and if it's peer-reviewed. It's at the bottom of the list. So at the library, we like to say, start with Google and then come here. Because Google can give you a good overview of something like disseminated intravascular coagulation. That's out of your book, Jim. And I have no idea what this is. Can you give us a one-sentence thing on what disseminated intravascular coagulation was, Jim? You don't remember? Neither do I. So we'll look it up in a library database. This is our library website on our digital resources page. So to get there, you can come over here and click digital resources. And we're adults learning things. And we're going to go to Consumer Health Complete. and we type in disseminated intravascular coagulation. And we go, okay, what is that thing? And it's going to come up with 181 results for us. Now, what is really cool about this is it's going to give us the full text so we can look at this, read the whole thing. We can also limit things. So we can say, hey, we want just evidence-based reports. And we can update that. And it's going to give us one. Hey, this is the one thing that is going to tell me what's going on. The other thing that you can do is we can go to the advanced search and we can type in a second field like cancer, and that's going to give us the 19 results that talk about this particular thing as it relates to cancer. Okay? So we have three main databases that we use here at the library for people who are doing health stuff. And that's Consumer Health Complete, Health Source Consumer Edition. Those are the ones that are going to talk to you in layman's terms so that somebody who hasn't spent years and years becoming a doctor understand. And if you want to do a deeper dive, we do have the Health Source Nursing and Academic Edition. When your doctor's in his office, that's the one he uses. Okay, so that's the one this 30-page printout comes on. Okay. We also have another database that could be of use to you, and that is our Alternate Health Watch. So if you're experiencing some symptoms and maybe want to, the doctor said there's nothing we can do for this or that, you can pop into the Alternative Health Watch database and see what other people may be doing to help alleviate some of those symptoms. And then talk with your doctor about it. All right. The other thing that we do to help you educate yourself is interlibrary loans. So I deal with a ton of interlibrary loans. That's my primary function, in fact. So interlibrary loans are materials that are brought in for you from other library systems. And we get them from all across the country. We get them from Maine, we get them from Florida, we get them from Washington, we get them all over. I can even pull stuff from the Library of Congress if you need it. But the cool thing about that is when they print out this thing, and this happens more often with the caregivers than it does with the patients from our experience here at the library. You guys as patients want to know what's going on, but your caregivers are often the person who's going really deep down the rabbit hole. I can help them get deeper into the rabbit hole. These bibliographies at the back of these printouts that your doctor gives you that have hundreds and hundreds of articles that are used to create the report, I can get those for you. So if you're like, oh, that's a really great point, I want to understand more about that, I can find it, I can get it, and I can get it in your hands. And that's a really important service. So if that's something that you are interested in accessing, you can do that through our website as well, or just call one of the librarians. We deal with it all the time. The other thing that we offer you is personalized assistance. So this is a significant portion of the function of somebody who works at a library. We work one-on-one with people all the time. We move thousands of books through here, but it's those one-on-one interactions that really make a difference in people's lives. And this is the staff here at Post Falls. And yeah, I'm the guy that is just guffawing over there. But these people are all trained, dedicated people who are public servants. They are here to help you get the information that you need, to help you find connections within your community that are beneficial for you. And they do it day in and day out. So, wonderful group of people. And we can help you with all sorts of stuff. If one of these people don't know something, chances are somebody else on staff does. We do a lot of tech help. Digital literacy is a huge thing right now. And you know, that's understanding and assessing information that you find on the web. It can be really hard for somebody who is going through something traumatic to be able to read through a big article and understand it. And as library staff, we're trained to help you break that into smaller parts so that you can understand it. That's a core function of our job. Software help. We help people on Microsoft Word. We help people with Excel files. We help people navigate their Google account. People experience brain fog all the time when they're going through stuff that is traumatic or dealing with a lot on their plate. And sometimes it's just helpful to have somebody to be like, I forgot how to log into my Google account. I need help. That's what we do all day, every day. So don't be afraid to ask someone on library staff to help you with something simple like that. That's what we do. As a profession, librarians are like number 2 on the most trusted professions in the United States. So you can rest assured that we've been trained to protect your information, and it's not going to get out there for someone else. Accessing basic information. If you need help navigating that database because it is confusing, it is not Google, that's what we're here for. We can help you navigate those things. We can help you narrow in on your search terms to get you the most relevant information for you. And this is one that we are dealing with more and more often, scam and fraud detection. We see it all the time. You know, so-and-so, you know, I'm in this romantic relationship with so-and-so over the web, and, you know, they're asking for this. Well, you know, maybe there's something going on there. You know, so if you are ever curious as to whether or not you're being scammed online, come and talk to a librarian, because we see it all the time, and we're trained how to recognize those. Jim kind of alluded to this a little earlier. Paperwork help. This was the form, Jim. Durable power of attorney for financial affairs. Anybody have to fill one of these out? Sometimes finding these things that aren't behind a paywall is next to impossible. And you know why? Because all those people that want you to pay for this thing are buying Google advertising so that they show up at the top of the list. But if you ask a librarian to find you a legal form, we know where to go to find them. Okay? Durable power of attorneys. This is another one that gets lost behind paywalls. Advanced Directive Registration Form for the state of Idaho. Search that up. It's, what is it? Post. Yeah. It's their post system. Everybody and their brother wants you to pay like $50 to do this thing. And it's free. Don't pay somebody to do this for you. We will print it out for you. We will walk you through how to fill it out properly and take it so that you can take it to your doctor and get it signed and get it filed with the Department of Health and Human Services. So that you're recognized in their system. Another cool thing about librarians is we're great second sets of eyes. Most of us are voracious readers. We have people on staff that read 20 or 30 books a month. And many of us had undergraduate work in English. So if you need somebody to proofread something, librarians are great, okay? Being that second set of eyes is really great. Proofreading is really great. And we help people with all sorts of things. We've helped people file their divorce paperwork. We've helped people at the end of their cancer journey who are completely financially wiped out and are filing for bankruptcy. It happens. And we've helped them get the appropriate forms and start that process. So that's what we're here to do, is to help you with things like that. We've also helped people start businesses, so there's two sides to every coin. Reading and watching recommendations, we're great for that. That's right up our alley. We can help you find items that fit your specific needs. I don't read romance, but I can help you narrow in on a romance novel that is going to fit what you want. And we can help you with nonfiction as well, research, recreation. You like elk hunting, I can get you all sorts of stuff on elk hunting, okay? We even have these cool things like Library of Things. So like, if you want to learn how to knit, we have things that'll learn how to knit. If you want to learn how to do an elk bugle, you can learn how to do an elk bugle. Before you dive in and do investments in hobbies and stuff, check your library and see if it's right for you. All right. Next thing we've got is community connection. So it's a well-known fact that people that are going through traumatic experiences or medical diagnoses that are difficult to deal with, community connection can be huge, and that often gets lost. We get so involved with trying to take care of ourselves that we let some of those connections go by sometimes. The library can help you find connections, like here tonight, with what you guys do with the support group. We can also help you find new connections and connections outside of the cancer world. So things like programs. It can be a huge deal to spend 1 hour a month at a craft program not talking about cancer at all. No one there has to know you're going through cancer. You can have a chat with the folks around you and have a sense of normalcy, because sometimes that's something that gets missed. Support programs like this one, we have all ages events. We do community fairs where like everybody will come out. We've got live music performances going on, and craft programs and slack lines the kids are trying out, and like all sorts of things. So we have a really wide array of programs that you can deal or engage with. Across our library district, there's usually 2 to 3 adult programs going on every day, and usually about half a dozen kids programs. So no matter where you're at in our service area, there's usually something going on for you. Book clubs. Book clubs are highly social events. They're probably the most social event that we have. And if you've never experienced a book club, go experience one, because they don't just talk about the books. It's like everything but the book, and then they talk about the book for 15 minutes. If you want something that you can connect with other individuals about, you're all reading the same book, you're going and you're talking about it for 1 hour once a month, that can be something that caregivers and patients and everybody within the community can engage with all together. And it's something that has nothing to do with your cancer journey. So it can provide that connection outside of that as well. And this one is great, because I know your doctors are going to be all over this one. So we offer fit and fall proof classes. So physical exercise is often hard to accomplish when you're going through something that is medically difficult. And fit and fall proof is designed for that. It's designed to increase mobility and flexibility among people who have mobility and health issues. All All our instructors for these courses are certified through the Department of Health. This is actually a state-run program, and we offer it here every Tuesday and Thursday afternoon. We have people that make that their regular visit somewhere every week. I go to the library on Tuesday and Thursday afternoons to do fit and fall proof for an hour, get a little bit of exercise, have some fun, and meet with other people. There's, about a dozen people in it on any given day? Yeah. Yeah. So it's a great way to get out there, get some exercise in a low-impact way, and your doctor will be happy with you for trying. So that's really what I have for you on like library services that you can help to leverage as you go through this journey. I'm curious as to what you guys may be needing that we can help support you with. Anybody?
Nathan, can you pull up our archives thing?
Yes. Yeah, I certainly can.
Nathan's in charge of this. He came up with this idea. It was right before COVID, and we were gonna record it, and then I don't know, COVID something. Anyway, we never started it. And so when I had Travis come in from Kootenai, help a social worker, he was the one that we were going to record first before it crashed. So now that we're starting it up again, I wanted him to be first again. But we have, 3 or 4 on there?
Yeah.
I know Adam puts it in the newsletter every month. So this is something that, now this goes all throughout the library community, right?
Oh, this is on YouTube, so this is throughout the world. So we have all sorts of different things on here. We've got kids stuff. I can show you how to cover paperback books. But we have different playlists as well. So we've got an Evening of Hope cancer support group playlist here.
Travis.
So, we've got Travis, we've got Guadalupe, we've got Shelley, we've got Dr. White is on there. Soon. But, so our goal with this is that somebody that gets their diagnosis tomorrow can come in here and have the benefit of listening to some of those past talks, which is really important. Like how powerful would it be for somebody who was just diagnosed and is wondering how their family is going to deal with, or how their family can deal with that diagnosis? How powerful is it that they can now go on here and listen to Shelley for 25 minutes? It's a big deal, and we're glad that we can help you out with that. What else? Do you guys have questions about the library? Yeah.
Are there any resources like targeted towards memory?
Memory and cognition.
Like I was thinking even those kits, like games, things like that.
Yeah. So we have a set of kits called our STEM kits that deal with like science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, and some of those get pretty advanced. And a lot of them have to deal with memory and like critical thinking skills, how to work through something, and that can be really important for memory health. We got the whole section 153 on the Dewey Decimal System is all memory and cognition. So there's a lot of resources there as well, and we do support groups not support groups. We do a lot of programs focusing on memory and brain health, particularly when we partner with the Alzheimer's Association. So we usually do 5 or 6 programs with them as partners throughout the year. So there's usually resources that we can point you towards. If we don't have them in the building, we can get them for you. Anything else?
Does the library have an
We don't. We don't. I mean, technically we have one on staff, but they're dedicated to our board members, so it's notary public, but it's not public. Yeah. Yeah. Most banks have a notary, the UPS, FedEx stores, the upscale mail on Celtice Way, places like that usually have. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, we have the forms, but take them to your notary if they need a notary to get signed, so. Yeah.
We're both physical therapists, and so working on balance is something that we do all day, every day. Are there any, like, printouts or handouts or anything like that for the fit and fall through? That you know of?
I'm sure there
Like
are.
advertising or anything like that?
Yeah, the Department of Health and Welfare kind of, it's their program, so they're kind of like, they're very picky about how you use their stuff. So there are some out there, and I would direct you to them if you need some handouts. But I mean, we have like flyers here in the library that say, hey, this is when we do it. And we can get you those. And we're expanding those to more and more areas. We've been having trainers come and train with us here at Post Falls. Even our bookmobile is now getting a trainer so that when they go to the assisted living facilities and places like that, they can engage with some of the folks there with those exercises. So yeah, it's something that we've added in the last year, and it's been really good for everyone who's involved. So. All right. Well, if you guys don't have any more questions, I have one last slide, and it's my shameless library plug. Not that this whole thing wasn't kind of a shameless library plug. But there is an election on May 16th where they're selecting 2 library trustees. So we are encouraging people to get out and vote on May 16th. Your vote does matter. The last time we elected trustees, only 18.6% of registered voters came out to vote. So please come and vote on May 16th. The May 16th election is where all your local government happens. And local government is often, it often affects people more directly than state or even national government. So just be aware of that. There's like highway district trustees, all sorts of people that are up for election. So look that up. If you need help finding that information, we're a library. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. And if you have any further questions, give us a call. We do stuff over the phone, over email, in person. That's what we're here for. Thank you.